let's go back to the housing we were talking about earlier. You know how much the government is eye gouging home purchasers, developers in Victoria. What are some of the taxes to do with that?
My gosh, thank you for bringing that up. I mean, there's just so much. The one thing that Labor are really, really good at is inventing taxes.
Yeah,
it's just quite incredible what they do. So for rental property owners, what they've done, I call it the Dan tax. They put the Dan tax on, which is about $1,000 per property for the next 10 years to pay for this deficit that they've created.
Just for renters?
No, it's actually on, I believe it's on every home except your principal place of residence.
Oh, just a random $1,000.
It could be more. I think 975 was one that I saw. That's the lowest. 975, I think, is the lowest. And then it goes up more from there. So that's just a payment. But then they've increased the land tax. And they did this very clever. Well, clever if you're a thief. They reduced the threshold for land tax. So it used to be, I don't know, let's just pull a figure, 300,000 out. They've reduced that to about $80,000. So that means any property that you have outside your principal place of residence, that's land's worth more than 80,000, which is every property, you have to pay land tax. 80, so they've reduced the threshold. I'm saying it's 80, it could be 50.
Just for example, but so they increased the amount, the market. What else?
That's right. So they bring more people into So you're talking about the cost of housing. They've done another thing as well. They've come out and they said, because they love selling, the other thing they love selling is safety. You know, they locked us down for safety and all that type of thing. But now every rental property has to have an annual certificate. It's annual or every 2 years certificate for their electricity and their gas. And if it's not done, you've got to fix it.
It's like a Netflix subscription almost. It's created a whole artificial industry now.
Wow, it's incredible. And I don't know, they also... Things, I'm just talking about changes. I'm not saying necessarily this particular one is good or bad, this next one. But even little things like saying, well, you can't have animals at my rental property. Well, now you can. You can't bring that in as an objection.
Oh.
Can't discriminate against animals coming into your rental property.
So wait, I can have a rooster in my backyard?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it goes to... I think more dogs and cats, but yeah, if that's your pet, I guess...
Yeah.
You'd never move to Victoria. Wouldn't it be funny if you took a cow upstairs into your place? You can't get it downstairs. So, did you know that about cows?
They can't go downstairs.
No, you just throw them out of the balcony.
Oh.
No, I found this out when I was in school. You're gonna love this. Markup day. This is why by the time I got to my year, we couldn't do markup day because the guys before us, a lot of them, 40% of them were farmers that were there. And on markup day, they took a cow up the stairs into the headmaster's office and left it there. And they couldn't get it down because there's no elevator in that building. Wow. And cows don't go downstairs. They had to get a crane to lift it up.
That's true. I've seen... Well, it's going... Funny you say that because it's going currently viral on, social media where, like, Indians, for some reason... I don't know, somebody came up with an idea, like, let's get cows on the roof. Oh, like, they don't have a space in the backyard.
Right.
And all of a sudden, they worked out, it's not working out. The cow is not happy up there. And nobody is able to, like, bring down the cow. So there's all this series of, like, social media reels everywhere where, like, there's these Indians who are throwing the cows out of the roof.
Oh, my. But the cows are sacred. How could they do that?
Wow. I've never thought of that.
Yeah, they say, they don't eat the cows because they're sacred.
Yeah.
So, throwing them off the roof.
They're just throwing them. No ropes, no nothing, just push.
Not even padding?
Couldn't you put in like a makeshift ramp or something? Do they not go down ramps?
No.
They must. They must go down a slight... They must go down a slight incline at least. When they're loading them up and down ships. But it must be like, all right, nothing more than 20 degrees or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm talking
15
about
degree.
Yeah, I'm talking about people who have mud houses. Like they wouldn't be able to afford a crane or something.
I wouldn't have known about the cow thing if it wasn't for that markup day thing. So if I took a cow up the stairs on the roof for some strange reason, I would have had no way to get it down. They're like 500 kilo beasts.
Yeah.
We've done the weave again.
The weave.
You were giving me the taxes with regards to. You were saying gas checks every year.
Electricity checks every year.
Animal. Electricity checks, animals in the house.
Non-discrimination with you can have animals there. Your tenants can also change If they wanted to paint the walls a different colour, they can do that. So you're basically treating it like it's their house. Now, they have to return it back to where it was, but they can do, they're entitled to do that. So you go, land tax, Dan's tax, these regulations that you need to, electricity and gas regulations. It puts a lot of strain on property owners. In fact, what's happening is people are saying, "No, I'm not going to have a rental property anymore," and they're getting rid of it.
Was there one about, I don't know if this went through, but they were going to do like an Airbnb tax.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that one did get through.
Right.
It may have.
Right. Rami, do you mind checking that on the desktop there? I'd be very curious. Hey, Jamie, can you just check that? Joe Rogan's sidekick guy. Yeah.
But the other beautiful one they did is when land gets rezoned. So if you're a farmer, and your land gets rezoned to, I don't know, commercial or residential, automatically your land is worth more.
Yeah.
The Labor government want half of that increase now.
Half.
So
if they zone your area without you,
yes,
they just do it.
Yep, half the profit. So if the house was already, if the area was already worth, let's say, $1 million, and it went to $5 million, profit of $4 million, they want $2 million now.
So you'd have to sell right then.
You have to sell. They'd force people to sell. Oh, that's on a rezone.
That reminds me of what happened in the UK, where it was like an inheritance tax.
Yeah.
Where if you were given the land you had to pay 10-15% inheritance tax, we're not sitting on 15% cash here. We'd have to sell the whole thing to get just that 15 for you.
Yep.
So these generation-owned houses going back to the feudal era.
But at least you could say, to a degree, if you were to argue, that was based on someone dying, so therefore the asset is no longer in that person's name.
Sure.
The asset's still in the person's name. It's just been rezoned. So it's another lovely land grab that the...
You're saying half.
Half.
Wow.
I don't think it's 48%. I think it's 50%.
Even 48%. I mean...
Yeah, well...
like, here we are fretting about 15% in the UK, death tax, like...
Yeah, 50% on a rezoning.
I don't understand. I can't get my head around this. I can't get my head around this. So hang on a sec. If you have a farmland that is 1 acre out in the middle of wherever in Victoria, regional Victoria, and it gets zoned to R2, I don't know what you have down there, R2, R3, and all of a sudden it goes from being worth $1 million to $10 million, you need to pay the government $5 million.
If it went from 1 to 10, there's 9, so 4.5.
So it'd be 4 point, the increase. So just the increase is...
Tax on the increase.
$4.5 million. You come up with it or sell right now and then come up with it.
Yep.
Bro.
Yeah.
And who, based off what value? The market value?
I guess that's correct. Yep. They'd be doing market value.
How are there not riots like in the street? When did this come in? Because we were talking about it on the last podcast a year ago.
We were. This came, I don't know, 3 years ago maybe?
What does it came to Victorians? I mean, like, seriously, do you have those moments where you like...
I think they do it quite well because it's that divide and conquer. So, you don't live in an area that is rural that's going to be rezoned. Most people live in the city, so it's not going to be rezoned. So if you're a guy who lives in a national seat,
because it happens,
gets rezoned,
then
you go, oh, well, it's only affecting those people there. It's not affecting us, but it's affecting them.
Wow.
So maybe it's so minute that it doesn't, like closing the timber 2,000 plus workers, but it's in the national areas or it's in, who cares? I think it's sort of the mentality. A
few chips off the block sort of thing. First they went for the communists. I wasn't a communist. I didn't stand up for it. Then there was no one to stand up for me. I feel like they're just sort of picking us off one at a time.
Well, they love picking on people with rental properties because they're the big bad landlords. Even the Labor Party tried to do that a few years ago, if you remember, at federal level, where they were going to take out negative gearing because they said the housing shortage and costs and all this type of thing will take out negative gearing.
Why do people like Friendly Geordie say that whole thing was a scare and it was just a scare campaign and it wasn't based on anything? They weren't going to do negative gearing. And
I think what some politicians do, I mean, Paul Keating did it. And he actually implemented it, and then it was pulled out. I don't know what less than 2 years later that was pulled back because people were going, no, this is not good. What you've done, taking out negative gearing. I think sometimes the politicians can throw things out to get a reaction from people. So they're doing their own poll, if you like. Oh, we're going to stop negative gearing, and let's hear what the reaction from industry groups and from renters or landowners are.
So by the way, the Airbnb tax.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that already started yesterday.
Yesterday.
In Victoria, 31st of March.
You're right up to it.
Yeah, 7.5%. And it's coming to other states as well.
I heard about this when Dan was Premier.
Yeah, correct.
So I haven't checked in on this until today.
Wow. April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day. This is not a joke.
I think
this is not a joke.
Are they doing announcements 31st of March deliberately? So we wake up the next day.
Are you sure it's 31st, 2025? Are you sure?
That's what Grok is telling me.
You're joking.
Yeah.
And Grok footnotes where it gets it from.
Well, that's up to date.
So what's the details then? I guess what's now the law of the land in Victoria? If you're an Airbnb owner, you get charged like a Dan sort of tax. I
imagine would be.
And
imagine not only do you pay the income tax, your income tax.
Yeah.
Federally, you'd be paying some sort of royalty to Dan.
So it would be like a bit like the US where you have state and federal taxes. Yeah. So you'd have a GST tax of 10%. And then what does that?
It's like California,
Does it have any details of what? Like, is it a percentage or?
It's a 7.5. 7.5 levy, on short. It's only quote unquote on short stays.
What's a short stay?
So I think anything between. It doesn't say it. They just let it.
Can you ask Rock? What's a short stay? It might read the bill for us.
Yeah.
I hope so.
But isn't it great they make up these taxes? They're brilliant. They put their minds to very unproductive things for society and by increasing taxes.
7.5%. My real question is...
Oh my God. Less than 28 days.
Oh, come on.
Conservative 20 days.
So literally every stay, 7 Are you serious? I've never booked an Airbnb for that long.
Yeah.
So anything shorter than 28 days is falls under that category of a short stay.
You can pretty much say everything.
Mind you, the prices have already gone up. Like rental booking prices have already gone up by like $100 to $300 per booking.
Rami,
for that 7.5.
Rami,
no, that's just before even the 7.5.
All right,
it's already gone up by like $100 to $300 per booking.
Since Grok is now the unofficial sort of informant for us, can you ask Grok what percentage of Airbnb bookings are longer than 28 days?
Yeah.
Like 0.01% or something.
I don't know how much more they can get from your home.
Yes. There's nothing left in it for the owner. We're basically serfs.
They've taken out at local level, they take it out at state level, they take it out to pay the debt, Dan tax. They then bring their mates in, their tradie mates, and say, hey, the compliance certificates, because we're all about compliance for electricity and gas.
What percentage?
Yeah, so this is according to a statement on 2021.
No, hang on. 2021 is that where it's getting the stats from? We're going to need something more recent, like 23 at least. So to interrupt.
I don't think it have changed by a lot since then.
Or even before.
That's what the data is pointing.
We just can't do pandemic because it's going to be an outlier.
Yeah.
Like it's going to have to be either 2019 or it's going to be 2023.
It's still ridiculous figures.
Yeah. What is it?
It's only 24%.
24%.
Is more than over 28 days.
More than 28 days, yeah. So 74% is less, yeah.
No, look. Can you ask it? What about for 2019 or before?
Okay.
I really am. Like I'm. So maybe it's just, I'm a stickler. I'm here with an accountant, so I'm being very exact. I just can't believe that that percentage. During a pandemic year, it makes sense, but not an outside.
Yeah, in a pandemic year, it certainly does make sense.
Yeah, because people were Rami. There was 300 days of lockdown. So 2021. 263. I like saying 300.
Yeah, 300
number. See, I told you, accountant.
Yeah.
We've got to be precise.
You got to be careful.
Yeah. Any luck?
Yeah, it's coming up. Man, this Grok thing has gotten really good.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, consider this. Okay, so this is as of now. Oh my God. 83%.
83%.
Are less than.
So
that's
slightly
probably
less. So
that's probably
let's go with that. So that's 2019. That's good. So I'm happy with that. 83.
Yeah,
Right?
83.
So 17%. So 83% of Airbnbs now have to pay a tax of 7.5%. Is that on top of the GST, or is that a part of the? You have the original cost, then GST.
I don't think there'll be GST because most Airbnb will be like,
Oh.
you're renting out your room and whatever else. So
Right.
you're not earning enough for that to happen.
Right.
So it'll just be a levy on top.
Of course, 75. Talking about corruption, when it comes, thanks for doing that, Rami. Talking about the, firecracker. I was going to say with the, you were talking about they get the Unimains to do a sort of dodgy with the permits, the
compliance certificates.
Compliance.
Look, I don't know if that a lot
of course, but it could be done. That's the point.
Yeah, I guess because who's going to check it?
Exactly. And then the other element is let's go another layer down of the corruption. Let's say a place gets zoned, as I said before, it's 1 million, then it moves up to 10 million, so it's a $9 million increase, market value.
Yeah.
Hey guys, just letting you know, this place is on the cheap. They have to sell. This is their deadline. They're running out of time. I reckon you can get it for 5.5. And basically the owner forced to sell, deadline comes up, they pay the 4.5, they only make $1 million on it.
Yep.
The guy gets it on the cheap when it's actually worth 10.
That's good. I don't know the details of that because we're going to throw it across to Rami to find that one. I think it's called rural land tax or rezoning tax in Victoria.
This is the first time I got Rami to fact check.
He's done well. He did well.
He has done well. It's a natural.
Well
I think it's because Grok's doing all the hard work. See, normally Jamie is the Grok. See, they should change the name of Grok to Jamie. That's what they should do. It's Joe Rogan.
That's actually a great idea.
I think they should. I think we should petition it.
So what do you want me to look up? The rezoning stuff?
Victorian rezoning tax.
Yeah, I'd be curious. I'd be curious how that works.
I haven't got the name right, but it's. If you put that in there, I'm sure it'll come up as a...
And I think you're right about the whole voting thing. People they're not concerned about the minority there. Because, like,
no.
Not my area. That's bad luck, mate. I guess you should have chosen a better area to live in. It's just like, we've been here since the first fleet.
Yeah.
Like, for God's sake, chosen a better area.
Yeah.
Maybe chosen a better state. Yeah.
So that's been in effect since 2023.
Oh, okay. I was wrong then. I thought it was 3 years ago. So 2 years ago.
Maybe passed then and then came into effect 23.
It certainly would have been talked about in that period of time.
Right. Finding the detail might be difficult in the whole bill.
On the whole bill, but the basic outline, there'll be some summary there that's...
Yeah, an example.
Yeah.
I was going to say, were there any other housing taxes that are putting... I think did you tell me the stat last time that this is the amount of cost, the 20% of the whole building of the cost is actually government?
No, I didn't, but it wouldn't surprise me with all that, from local government to state. Like I said, just with the silly regulations like having a water tank in your backyard, or another great one that's coming out is in Frankston, at least, they've got 4 bins now.
4 bins?
4 bins. You got your green waste, you got your cardboard, you've now got a bottle bin, and your general waste. 4 bins.
Confusing to me. I've already lost track. I hear that those things are a huge waste of time. 90% of it ends up in the same place anyway.
Absolutely waste of time. And for space for people to put 4 bins in there. Where would you put 4 bins, Rami, in your second story place?
What about
throw it out of the balcony like a cow?
What about the streets, mate? Imagine you're in a townhouse.
Well, you can't even...
4 times like 16.
Yeah.
Well, now we can't even put the bin outside for more than 24 hours. We have to bring it back because there would be a fine for that.
Fine. So more revenue raising.
So So for people who are working and maybe they can't make it home that night or they come back tired, if they don't take the bin back home, that's a fine now in Western Sydney. I don't know about the rest of Australia.
Well, I don't know what it is with the council where I am, but... fine is another word for taxes too. When they fine their people, and I don't have a mobile phone in the car. No, it's in the car, but I don't touch it. $555 fine if you touch it, or if it's on your body.
Forget about the fine. What about the demerits? A friend of mine was on the phone, and he was trying to find his. He was near a Rookwood cemetery. Rami would know this cemetery in Sydney. He's trying to find his dad's grave. Gets pinged on the way in because you get lost in the like where the hell is father's grave? You're trying to find it.
Yeah.
So he's on the way into that place on his phone. Gets pinged the public holiday was extended to the Thursday, so it should have been like Saturday, Sunday. It was extended from the Thursday to the Monday, 5 days. And he ended up getting 10 demerits, because it's double demerits. 10 out of 13 gone. Bang.
Wow.
10 out of 13. Doesn't get back that for like 3 years and 4 months or something. And it's like, how is this better as a society? How is this better? And the way the government plays this off and doesn't have riots is they act generous, and they're like, oh, if you've been a good little boy and you've been driving well, we'll give you back 1 demerit if you have a clean record from June to June.
Okay.
And they'll give you, so they're showing that they're being generous, but on the other hand, they're taking 10 off something like that. And if they don't ping you honestly, like if you were actually picking up your wallet and there's a mishap, you have to go to court, you got to take time to do it. And the other crazy one, I mean, we really ought to do a horror day in the life of a Sydney-sider. You get pinged on the way home for being too tired. So they have fatigue cameras now.
Do they really?
They have fatigue cameras.
Wow.
So you can get pinged for
Why
fatigue.
wasn't Victoria first in that?
You know, so
we're always first in that. That's
literally.
amazing.
So let's say that you are a mother.
Yeah.
You are working, you're a single mother, you got 3 kids, you got to run back home to pick the kids up, you're fatigued, you're tired, camera picks you up, you're fatigued. The other one is they've created the seatbelt camera. So if you're not wearing a seatbelt properly, so let's say that she's well endowed on her chest, and apparently the seatbelt, if you don't have it the right way, you get pinged. There's another one. A friend of mine, it happened to her. It's a real thing.
Wow.
It's a real thing. And
I know a lady who was wearing a hijab, and because her scarf was, slightly above her seatbelt, she got booked for it.
It's a joke. And then you get home, and then you get slapped with a fine for your bin. She was being out too long because you've been too tired to get it out. Like, it's a nightmare.
How much control is that? That's control from leaving your work to going home.
We ought to write a thorough one and just try and knock out as many taxes as possible. And then you die at the end of the day and you get taxed or something like that. Like
that's amazing.
We don't actually have a death tax, but that's where it's going.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe Labor and the Greens and the Teals, they want to go for it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they would hate the Elon Musk Doge that's happening. They'll just hate it because their thinking doesn't go that way. They're happy to have the credit card and spend, but let someone else pay that.
Yeah.
Well, my husband will pay that credit card. I'll just do the spending. And this is crazy stuff.